Hello, my wonderful people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all, depending on where you are. Happy Sunday to you all. I don't arrive. I land to go more. In fact, I'm not landing anywhere. In short, I am not landing anywhere. I don't go face you. Now that place I did now they give on this current news. Because staying in Nigeria now, here it is a crime, very very big crime. If someone no kill you, kidnappers go kill you. If kidnappers no kill you, then the so-called security personnel who have vowed to uphold and defend and protect lives and properties are the one killing and burning lives and properties of people. And this one where Oga Tinubu don the plan, he want to invade the Niger Republic. I don't know where bomb go come from. So make a kukuma leave before it is too late. So I beg my listeners, so this one my advice to you, my candid advice today will be Sunday. I take Chineke God to beg you, if you have any means of leaving Nigeria, my brother, my sister, papa, mama, brother and sister, one day, run because these people pushing Tinubu, they don't they push him. All these Western allies pushing him, attack Niger. The repercussion, the outcome of that attack will never be well with Nigeria, because 6 complete states of Nigerians have common borders with Niger Republic. ECOWAS sanctioned the Niger Republic. Tinubu, I don't know what give you the audacity and the impetus to cut off the light. You are cutting off the light now, all in the name of ECOWAS, all in the name of Nigeria, because now this particular fight now is going to be between Niger Republic and Nigeria. Other ECOWAS countries might go scot-free because cutting off their electricity, you are giving them electricity and they are paying you. Not ECOWAS give them electricity. So you have cut off the electricity, automatically you have made the clear war between Niger and Nigeria, which is never a good one. PDP done the one, Labour Party done the one, almost all the whole stakeholders done they say, Oga Tinubu, use dialogue. Your Western ally can't they push you, they will leave you behind. They will abandon you when you attack. You don't know what they're doing, what they're trying to do. They're trying to damage your own country, not even in Niger, because any palm you do on Niger, other African countries will retaliate, and the Westerners will go behind and watch Africans kill their own self. Anyway, that one should be story for another day. Let us go straight to the reason why we are here this morning. Martin Nnamdi Kanu don't come out again. I don't know whether if I talk now, they will say person where they behind the bars. So person where they behind bars, no, they talk again. They say, how can he give order from DSS camp? Sasaki was in prison and is giving order. Even when Asari Dokubo was being held in prison, it's giving order to Niger Delta militants, and they're doing something. So why Martin Nnamdi Kanu will be different? When you talk, they say no. They have to believe what ECPA is saying. I know that this one Martin Nnamdi Kanu come now, could talk this one now. ECPA will also come out now and say and debunk it and say it's a fake news. People will say yes, it's true. They are trying to bring down like this. Somebody you are trying to defend, I have told you, if you are calling for sit at home or any action for your autopilot, because automatically ECPA is not fighting for IPOBs. It's an autopilot this thing, pioneer. So he's fighting for his own autopilot faction. So all this one that is using the name of IPOB and Martin Nnamdi Kanu, my dear brother, my dear sister, because mepe na anya. You want to become form a government in exile. So we all have to go into exile to entertain that government. Fine and good, you have formed the government in exile and you have endorsed yourself as the prime minister. Fine and good, my dear brothers. It is the time. Come back home, Let us do it together. Nothing will going to happen to you. No any prime minister that will travel anywhere in the world has been held. No. It can never happen. When they hold you, the world must revert. Just like holding a Nigerian president elsewhere. Who does that? Prime Minister of the BIAFRALAND Republic government. It is not in exile in our land. We welcome you all. They're gonna hear this headline though before I continue. I beg my attackers. They're gonna get to radio because today I don't sharpen my mouth. It's going to be fire for fire. If you come with the fire, I go give you fire. Come with the water, one day you go receive plenty of water. That is mini obokobo. You get the point now? Nnamdi Kanu, he don't declare Mondays. No Mondays, no more Mondays sit at home again. Mondays now have turned to Economic Empowerment Day in Biafra land. That is what Monday is all about. If you are hearing my voice and you are a follower of Master Simon Ekpa, to God be the glory. If you still obey his own Monday sit at home, fine and good. If you are for Master Nnamdi Kanu and you want to obey the Monday Economic Empowerment Day in Africa for all, just to make sure that our people does not do what? Does not lag behind. Because if you come in Nigeria when all these things have not started, South Africa, Southeasterners are the most economic hub in the West Sahara now. Who want to come? Who? I mean, where? Even not because of all this nonsense that make our people to decamp. Then booming other people's economy while our own is lacking behind. Even upon that, upon the number of millionaires and billionaires we have outside the Southeastern region, but the Southeastern region can never crumble. But this sit at home have already made everything to turn upside down. So now we want to revert that the 2 years of lacking behind. We want to bring it back through the Economic Empowerment Day in Biafra land. And I get the point now, Abi. Let us go straight to the reason why we are here. This will be the anchor and the headline of our today's news. Today, on a Sunday, and today happens to be the 60th day in the month of August and in the year of 2023. Let us do what? Let us remember our fallen heroes so anywhere where they're there. People who have fought before and people where have fought recently. May they do what? May the Chukwuka Biama, Onya Primi Henile, guide and protect them, give them eternal rest. So anywhere where you there, I beg, make a type a mighty amen. That all our fallen heroes, both then and now, that they should have eternal rest. It's not easy, my brothers and sisters. So let us go to the reason why we are here. Do not forget to subscribe, like, share, comment. But remember, the of them all is make sure that this video it goes viral. Make sure that every Okeke and Okafu, Ukori, Wankwo, and Omori, they get to know about this message that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has finally declared the Monday sit at home as Economic Empowerment or Development Day in Biafra land. Let us go there. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Supreme Leader of Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, has issued a directive for his followers to dedicate every Monday to economic empowerment in the South East region of Nigeria. Following the recent cancellation of all forms of sit at home in the Southeast, this new initiative, named Economic Empowerment Day, is designed to mobilize resources towards reversing the region's economic decline. In a statement on Saturday, Comrade Powerful, the IPOB Media and Publicity Secretary, explained that the EED, Economic Empowerment Day, will focus on improving educational, social conditions which have been negatively impacted by the prolonged sit-at-home periods. He stated, it is, and I quote, following the total cancellation of all forms of sit-at-home in the entire Southeast, as clearly and unequivocally encapsulated in Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's handwritten letter, which was recently published by the Special Counsel, Barrister Aloy Ejimako, widely trended and deservedly celebrated. Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has a follow up to the recorded acceptability and massive compliance with the directive. Further directed Umu Chineke to henceforth set aside every Monday as an Economic Empowerment Day in Biafra land or in the entire Southeast. The Economic Empowerment Day connects a day set aside for mass mobilization of Nigerians, of Biafrans, to devote their resources and means towards reversing the sharp and unprecedented decline in the economic, educational, and social needs of our people, occasioned by the prolonged sit-at-home. During this exercise, Biafrans are encouraged to embark on massive deployment of their resources for the empowerment of the educationally and the disadvantaged and the poverty-ridden population of our people through education, employment, health service, sense of identity, and community. Our people and indeed the Eastern region can begin to thrive and grow. There's an urgent need to reclaim our lost glory by embarking on empowerment or empowering all Biafrans with the resource they need to live beyond the more subsistence as our people are known globally for hard work, resilience, and great achievements. Also, the implication of this Economic Empowerment Day is that Biafrans are expected to devote significant time to adhere to their routine, calendar, scheduled templates, strictly and uninterruptedly, with a view to making up for the humongous time lost to the activities of misguided enforcers of unsanctioned Monday's sit-at-home order. In other words, it is pertinent to use this medium to make an important fundamental clarification to the effect that Onyendo Mazin Nnamdi Kanu's handwritten letter, which conveyed his message cancelling sit at home to the misguided element hitherto enforcing sit at home in the southeast, entire southeast, was never written under any duress, compulsion, or influence of any kind. Onyendo is very firm and unshaken. Hence, not even Satan and his 24 demons of hell will have the courage to stand in front of him or tell him what to do or talk less of DSS. Anybody questioning the authenticity of the handwritten letter suspending further Monday sit at home is patently dishonest and not worthy to be called a Biafran. Anybody who claims to know Mazin Nnamdi Kanu will also know that nobody will be courageous enough to coerce him to do anything that will jeopardize the restoration of Biafra. Therefore, enough is enough. It is time you consolidate effort to rebuild our once envied Eastern region, peaceful, accommodating, resilient people, illustrious and great, and reclaim our glory among other nations. Southeast is really a blessed nation. Thank you all, and remain blessed as you listen, adhere, and also obey this order that's gone from Onyendo Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, who is being held beyond all odds at the DSS dungeon. This message comes from Comrade Powerful, Media and Publicity Secretary for IPOB in general. In other hand, though, lawyer don caution Oga Tinubu against senseless war in the Nigeria Republic. It is called senseless and it will remain senseless. As far as this group of 18 is concerned, allow people to handle their own case. What is your problem there? If they decide that they don't want a democratic rule again, I mean, how can you be in your country and be another man's country? It is never done. When we fought our own civilian, what do they call it? Military rule, did any ECOWAS invade our land? Did any country come to help us to fight it? For God's sake, a coup that happened in Nigeria Republic, despite the fact that I'm not supporting coup of any kind, but it happened that even the occupants of the indigenes are celebrating. The indigenes are protesting and do what? And saying that enough to their nonsense democratic rule, that they don't want it again because it did them nothing. After 12 good years, only keep on impoverishing them day in, day out, year in, year out. The same person who started the poverty still want to continue being in office until the day he will die, which is abstract and arrant nonsense. A senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, Jibrin Samuel Okutepa, has cautioned President Bola Ahmed Tinubu against sending Nigerian military to resolve the crisis in the Republic of Niger. On Friday, Tinubu sent a letter to the Nigerian Senate seeking approval for military action and other sanctions against the military officers who have seized power in Niger Republic. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, read the letter on the floor of the upper chamber. What were the reactions we are about to see? However, Okutepa, in a series of tweets via his Twitter handle on Saturday morning, hoped the National Assembly will not approve Tinubu's request to send the Nigerian military to Niger to fight a senseless war of restoring democratic government in that country. But over how many decades now we have been fighting insurgency, we cannot finish them. The same military who cannot defeat common insurgents want to go to fight a complete country. What a shame. And what a country without a shame. Nonsense. That means if they can be able to go to Nigeria now to go to fight, that means you people knows what is happening in insurgency in Nigeria, including you that call yourself the president. Nigerians need our security agencies including armed forces to restore peace and security in Nigeria. Meanwhile, the Niger military junta has disconnected diplomatic ties with Nigeria after the ECOWAS envoy sent to the country to broker peace failed to achieve a result. Just last month, a military junta toppled Niger's democratically elected president Muhammadu Bazoum. Tension has continued to mount on the West African region. Your West allies are very busy choking you, advising you, pushing you to go. They will leave you behind when that time is right. Coup, according to FFK, our response must be deadly, devastating. If Niger and others attack Nigeria, no, when you attack them first, then when they respond, he said your this what did they call it? He said your response will be will be deadly. Your response, which response? Your military that could not even flush Boko Haram and the bandits in our territory. They want to go to fight war. Ndara. A chieftain of the ruling All Poverty Congress and former Minister of Aviation, FFK, has said Nigeria will respond swiftly if military forces from Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali attacked Nigeria. This is coming amid fear of war as Nigerian soldiers took over power from as Nigerian soldiers took power from the civilian president Muhammadu Bazoum last week. Following the threat by the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, to embark on military action against the Niger junta if it fails to reinstate Muhammadu Bazoum as president. The Burkina Faso and Mali military governments are joined forces with Niger, saying any military action will result in a total war. Reacting to the threats emerging from Niger, MNK in a tweet on Friday said, though he does not want war, Nigerian soldiers will not take Nigerians. Okay, Nigerian soldiers will not take Nigerians for granted. Did they promise you war? They said if you attack them, they will revert. So why are you coming here to twist the war as if the Niger or Nigerian are the one threatening Nigeria? They said if there's any attack from ECOWAS to their country, that is going to mean war. And you are here talking another different thing. I don't know this guy, whether he smoke a banner before you go to bed. He wrote, I do not want a war, and I do not believe that we should initiate hostilities by invading or deploying troops to the Niger Republic unless it is absolutely necessary. However, if Niger, Burkina Faso, and or Mali attack Nigeria or any of our ECOWAS allies for any reason whatsoever, or if they deploy their forces on even 1 inch of our soil, our response must be swift, shocking, deadly, and devastating. We must kick them out, occupy their southern territories, take their capital, Niamey, topple their military government, and reestablish democracy. If a puppy nibbles at the toes of a lion, it must be taught the lesson of his life, lest it forget that it is nothing but a dog. That is what you are saying. As if you will be at the front wall to fight with them. Nonsense set of people. We're going to keep on encouraging nonsense, encouraging what is not encourageable. Troops rescue kidnapped victims, recover arms, orders in Sokoto and Katsina. Troops of the Operation Hardin Daji have neutralized more bandits and rescued kidnapped victims, recovered items, and destroyed bandit hideouts in some states in the northwestern region, Nigerian Army on Friday. Okay, let me ask you, they destroyed the hideout, they kill everything, they made away and rescue victims. No single picture was captured whatsoever. No single picture was captured, but anything that happened in BIAFRALAND now, they will just take their camera, put a Biafran flag there, take a snappy picture and said, we have destroyed IPOB hideout. Now you destroy hideout of bandits. You not take picture. Okay, now there's no phone or camera to take picture, right? It's only in BIAFRALAND that all this nonsense is happening. We praise you people for the way you are handling your job, for the way you are doing things. May God will reward all of you if you people are really doing the right thing. A post on his verified Twitter handle explained that on 3rd August 2023, armed bandits attempted to infiltrate and attack Esa local government area of Sokoto State, adding that vigilant troops deployed in forward operating base. Esa responded swiftly and repelled the attack with superior firepower. It further explained that the swift attack forced the bandits to flee with gunshot wounds, as traces of bloodstains were seen on their roads during the pursuit. Similarly, troops of Team 8 of Sector 3, Operation Hadrendaji, deployed in Sabon Birnin in Sokoto State, conducted clearance operations, discovered and destroyed bandit hideouts and Kusabumi Forest, Tafikin Gawo, Alamdawa, Ngwa, Malele, and Malamawa villages in Sokoto State. However, bandits fled and abandoned their hideouts before the arrival of the troops, it said. It added that items recovered from the bandits' hideouts are 3 motorcycles, 3 AK-47 magazines, and ammunition, stressing that others include varieties of belts of both military and foreign camouflage uniforms, police uniforms, and a radio was found at the scene or at the hideout. Where are the pictures? Only these shenanigans happens in Biafra land because they are the one that is doing it. You cannot tell me that in the northeast, northwest, and north central, every day we keep on hearing, oh, they raided the hideout of the Boko Haram, Iswap, bandit, and the rest of them, and they found out some incriminating evidence or incriminating items, just like a police camouflage, police uniform, and the military camouflage, and other AK-47 rifles. No single picture or whatsoever will be captured. But in Biafra land, we raided a common petty thief. What we see now is that we found 100 AK-47 and military camouflage, IPOB flag, barrette, whatever, and the picture will circulate the whole internet. I hope people, I think, we don't know what is happening, or the world are not aware of all this setup. No problem. We are watching. There is God in everything we are doing. God will see us through. We the Biafrans who have been conquering, and we must continue to conquer. That is where I stand. The army noted further that troops of Section 2 in Katsina State also launched an offensive operation along the withdrawal routes of some kidnappers at Kore town in Batagarawa local government area of Katsina State. He said that on sighting the troops, the bandit fled, abandoning the kidnapped victims and the roasted animals. He noted that 4 persons who were captured from their farmland by armed bandits along Ungwan Maduga of Dandumi local government area were rescued by the troops of Operation Hadrendaji in the whole of Katsina State. Nigeria experiencing horrific business environment to Atiku worried over GlaxoSmithKline's exit from the Nigerian soil after 51 years of operation in our land. Tinubu, you are fighting you are trying to go to fight or invade another country. Look at the investors you have in your country are living. Let me see all these things, all this investment of here and there, traveling up and down, looking for investors. Why the one in your country you cannot sustain them? They are living. We are watching. Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), has expressed concern over the planned exit of GlaxoSmithKline from Nigeria. Atiku spoke on Saturday in a post on his verified Twitter handle. According to him, the company showed how horrific the country is becoming for businesses. Daily Post recalls that GlaxoSmithKline, in a statement on Thursday issued to the Nigerian Stock Exchange by its secretary, Frederick Ichekwai, disclosed its plan to shut down operations in Nigeria. In a reaction, Atiku expressed sadness that many international firms are exiting Nigeria due to the harsh economic environment. He lamented that the situation will further worsen the state of unemployment in Nigeria. Do you know how many people that will lose their work? The former vice president advised that the government needs to do more to encourage foreign investors to stay and not to leave their land. According to Atiku, he added that there's a need to revamp the country's infrastructure, improve physical monetary measures. The planned exit of GlaxoSmith (GSK) from Nigeria after more than 5 decades of doing business in Nigeria underscores how horrific the environment has become for both local and foreign businesses. Sadly, many international firms have in recent times sold their assets and bid farewell to Nigeria after several years of operating in our country. These exits have led to further loss of jobs in an environment that is already bleeding jobs. We need to do a lot more, not only to encourage investors to make Nigeria their preferred destination, but also to encourage companies already operating in our land not to japa. To this end, we must revamp our infrastructure, endeavor to enthrone a sustainable regime of energy security, and retool our fiscal and monetary policy, according to Atiku Abubakar, he wrote. Military invasion of the Niger Republic not needed, CUPP tells Fulani government of Nigeria. The coalition of united political parties has warned the Oga Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led federal government against invading the Niger Republic in a bid to restore ousted President Muhammadu Bazoum to power. I wonder if this Muhammadu Bazoum they are fighting for help us to fight during our own military junta for we to get democracy that we are enjoying today. No, they are enjoying today. We are not enjoying any democracy. And let us recall that on July 25th, General Abdurrahmane Tichani, led presidential guard, had detained and taken over power from Bazoum. Following the coup, the economic communities of West African states imposed sanctions on Niger Republic while also threatening military intervention if care is not taken. Tinubu, in a letter to the Senate on Friday, briefed the National Assembly on the proposed military invasion of the West African country and the other penalties against the coup plotters in Niger Republic. But in a statement on Friday, the national spokesperson of CUPP, Mark Adebayo, said the planned military intervention is unnecessary and absolutely thoughtless. Thoughtless. Don't know who is advising this man. The CUPP said the reason for opposing the proposed military action is because the Nigerian military or the Nigerian military has been overstretched over the years, battling terrorism and insurgency and draining the country's resources. It said the proposed military intervention is neither a war that Nigeria can afford nor win, especially in the face of the overwhelming popularity of the coup among the generality of the Nigerians. He said, it has come to our notice the preparations by the Nigerian and some other West African countries for a military intervention in Niger Republic, ostensibly to reinstate the overthrown civilian government in the country. First, Nigeria in its current socio-economic state cannot afford such a costly intervention. The Nigerian military has been overstretched over the years, battling terrorism and all manner of insurgency that are still very active and draining the country's resources to the tune of billions of naira weekly. It is not only unnecessary but absolutely thoughtless in Nigeria to contemplate intervening military in the internal affairs of another country when the security situation in our country remains a serious challenge to our military and other security agencies with an economy that is currently very sick. It is neither a war that Nigeria can afford nor win, especially in the face of the overwhelming popularity of the coup among the generality of Nigerians. Any military intervention without the support of the people of Niger is dead on arrival, and it is glaring that the coup that toppled President Muhammadu Bazoum was a widely popular one. Therefore, Nigeria cannot afford to waste its dwindling resources and the precious lives of our soldiers fighting an unnecessary war that it can ill afford. The sick cannot treat the sick. Nigeria should rather concentrate on healing itself instead of looking for a trouble in another country. For nothing's sake, all these shenanigans. Now, when some people, some illiterates, claimed they were elected into power when they are not, we support any diplomatic effort by the West African sub-region to resolve the Nigerian impasse, but military intervention is taking the matter too far. And with dare say it would fail catastrophically. Whatever resources are being put together to fight in another man's country should be put to better use for Nigerian and alleviate the suffering of our people under this unfriendly economy rather than be flattered away in a war that doesn't really concern us when we have our own wars internally that we haven't overcome. Simple as that. And the so-called Agbado is getting ready. He even write a letter already. Anyway, they are looking at a way to siphon money. Any single attack now, they will tell you that they have spent all the Nigerian GDP, and the country will crumble. And all of them will enter inside their flight jet and jet out of the country because they have already siphoned the whole country finish. Nigeria and other West African countries disastrous of reinstating democracy in Nigeria Republic should rather deploy their diplomatic assets with the possible collaborations of the international community to amicably resolve the situation in Niger Republic without military action and without a single drop of blood. President Tinubu should avoid plunging Nigeria's fragile economy into more depression by intervening militarily in another country, even if diplomatic channels have been exhausted. Nigerians should be allowed to run their country as they deem fit, even though we support the survival of democracy based on good governance in Africa, not based on bad governance. You can't force people against their own will to do what they don't consider is in their best interest. Nigeria should leave Niger alone to determine its own present and future. Whatever interventions are being contemplated should remain within the purview of diplomacy, no more, no less. And that is where I stand. The last but not the least, those condemning Bosun Tijani for accepting to work with Tinubu are real enemies of Nigeria, according to Aisha Yusuf. Nigerian activist Aisha Yusuf has reacted to the presence of a technocrat named Bosun Tijani in the ministerial list of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Nigerians recall that after Tijani's name appeared on the ministerial nominees list, an old tweet of him criticizing Tinubu resurfaced online. In his tweet, while replying to some Twitter users on July 23 of 2019, he said, "It is becoming the norm. Tinubu fed them that rubbish narrative with his serving power a la carte wisdom. Go invest your time and money into your business if you want to propagate such a rubbish narrative," according to Tijani Bosun. The resurfaced tweet was greeted with heavy backlash from netizens, while some called for a withdrawal of his nomination from the list. Reacting to the development, Yusuf berated those who were condemning Tijani, stating that they were the real enemies of this country. She therefore praised Tijani for putting the needs of the nation first at the risk of being tainted with Tinubu. She wrote, "The ministerial list is one that I have not focused on, and it is simply because the person compiling it has no business in that office. Having said that, those of you attacking Bosun Tijani are really the enemies of Nigeria. If you truly say you want Nigeria to work, and then you will realize that at Bosun Tijani is the 1% of the percent on the shame ministerial list that Tinubu desperate needs to look as if he has anything to offer. When the justice prevails, the Tinubu is sent out of office. God willing, Bosun Tijani is one person I would love to see be part of the legitimate government ministerial list. Bosun Tijani should apologize. Apologize to who? According to Yusuf Aisha. At Bosun Tijani has more international clout than not my President Tinubu, who is the desperate seeking for legitimacy. I respect the fact that he is putting the greater good first, even at the risk of being tainted with Tinubu, according to Yusuf Ahmed. So my wonderful people, my viewers and subscribers. Now here we go take back our car and I go with the go. So please subscribe to my channel, like, comment. The God of them all. Make sure you share this message. Let it go viral. Until I come your way again, I still remain your one and only Okute Daily Talk. Until I come your way again, bye for now. Kemesiano.